My presentation is on the opioid epidemic. What are opioids? They're a family of prescription painkillers including hydrocodone, oxycodone, and morphine. They also include illicit drugs like heroin. Some of the causes of the epidemic include ease of access, mental health issues, overprescribing, lack of treatment, lack of support, as well as big money from pharmaceutical companies. In the early 90s, opioids were used to improve pain management. Then the assessment of pain management would cause there to be more usage of this drug. Then heroin came around as it was more powerful, so more people started using this. Opioid addiction can develop within months. It can start with the first time the opioids are taken, and the way it makes the brain feel calmer, which leads to the opioids being taken more and more as a way of staying calm, which can lead to dependence and addiction. The evolution of the opioid epidemic started with oxycodone in the late 90s. This led to there being illegal usage as well as overdoses. This caused medical professionals to come up with new ways of assessing pain management as a way to try and lower the amount that's being given. Due to opioids being finicky, it is easy for doctors to overprescribe because you don't want to give too little, but you also don't want to give too much. This has resulted in there being guidelines and regulations to follow when prescribing opioids. In recent years, opioid prescription rates have gone down in the US. This is due to overdose rate raising and realizing that less and less people need the opioids. There are other alternatives. There's a lot of opioids that are abused and misused. The most popular one to be abused is heroin, as it is stronger. This misuse has caused there to be a rise in overdose rates involving opioids. The most common way to misuse opioids is to take another prescription. There are ways to resolve the epidemic, such as educating youth of the dangers of opioids, as well as making treatment more accessible and affordable. In a situation where an opioid addict is seeking and they have very little money, a solution is give them that treatment and have them do community service as their payment. Overall, there's still a lot more research to be done about opioids and how to solve the epidemic. Opioids can be very addictive very quickly, which is why people need to be careful. By limiting prescriptions, the chance of overdose is much lower. There has been a lot of evolution of opioids in response to the epidemic. This has led to many solutions being found and more are coming. These are all my references, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation today.